Well, hi, you guys. How are you? Yay! Good to have you here. Good to happy Sunday, fun day. Nice to have everyone in the house. Oh my gosh, let's see who's here. I took me longer than normal to set this up tonight. I don't know why. Things were getting stuck in places, and oh my gosh, it's just been kind of a lazy day. I hope everybody else, it's kind of gray outside, and so I kind of did a lazy day. Yes, so Linda's here, and Fatima. Hi, you guys. There's there, and Tamara. Nice. Tamara's been working on stuff. And nice. Getting ready to put things up on YouTube. Tamara, yay! The scenes, add them a little bit at a time. Yeah, cool. Good job. That'll be awesome. And Susan's here. Hi, Susan. Yay. Thank you, Linda, for welcoming everybody and smashing the thumb. No thumb smash, just tap it gently. Gently. Let's see. Bob's upstairs. Aldo's upstairs. He was... He made a loaf of bread today, and he's had a batch of yeast that was not good, so he was working around it, and so anyway, and this one went, woof, he makes a loaf of bread frequently. He's very scientific about the whole thing. It was pretty funny. It's poofed up. It was good. Anyway, happy Sunday. Thank you, Susan. Photos. You know what? Tamara, I would say just put it up however which one goes up best, easiest first, because, no saying that people are going to watch them in any order. They're going to watch them as they roll through their algorithm and as, what spikes their interest. And so just go with that now. Hold there. I been jigging around to some melodic techno mix music, getting fit. 64 years old and still love to dance. Yes, of course we do. We love to dance. Madonna, hi. Yay. Good to have here, everybody. Nice. Let's see. Is getting her jam on with these intros. Yeah. Today it was I kind of played with some of the text to image stuff in Canva. It's not very good on the AI production, but you also, you get what you put in. My prompts weren't that great, so that's a whole nother science of prompt engineering. Yeah, they're actually studying that. They've already got college courses in prompt engineering at places to teach people, because, the ditch diggers sure got upset when the steam shovel was invented and everybody thought for sure they were going to lose their job. But you know what? The people who didn't lose their job were the ones who learned how to use the steam shovel. So, yeah. Anyway, I haven't seen them, Larry and Angie, do a live on Sunday in a couple months. So I'm not sure what the whole story is. I know that they were kind of taking a break, I think, for a little bit. But yeah, I miss seeing them. And I miss Brian's too, but I think he's on Monday now. So anyway, but tonight we're going to start out, all of us here, with our good old show and tell. And you guys, I've got stuff from 3 people, from Linda, Tamara, Julia, and Madonna. Yes. So let's see what we've got here for... All right, so we're going to start here. I got mine. So what I did, I got into some drawing. I watched a show called Growing Floret about the largest seed private, I mean, not non-commercial seed growing in the United States up in the Skagit Valley. And I know where her farm is. It was very interesting. It was on Discovery Plus. I watched both season 1 and 2. So I picked up drawing some flowers. I was drawing sweet peas because they were kind of fun, and painting them. And so I did that one. Did this today with some alcohol ink pens. Did a bee, did some sketching. That was just that kind of stuff. And some sweet peas and a dahlia stuff. I was just kind of playing with flowers. There's another sweet pea I painted. And then I painted, oh, crap, there it goes. And I painted this one today. Just sitting doing nothing. Oh well, there it was that. So, yeah. Just not much. Then I got, okay, so I have this whole thing going with squirrels, and I told you they're getting a bad rap for always taking people in distraction. So I started doing different kind of squirrels and trying different things. Oh, there's some more sweet peas. I guess I did do a lot, huh? But the squirrels, okay, I'll get to them. So here's one of my squirrels. I was having some fun with him, painting autumn colors. And then this was a squirrel party. A whole bunch of them, different kinds. I got started on this kind of style based on Diane Anton did a thing with a gnome and owls. And I was trying them a little differently. So I did some owls and the gnomes. But I'm having some fun with the squirrels. Having some fun with the squirrels. They're just goofy, crazy, and little watercolor stuff. So that's kind of that for me. Huh. Squirrels, so thank you. Gnomes are back. Yes, I know. Gnomes, it's gnomes. It's that time of year. I dropped stuff on the ground. So that's mine. Next we have Julia, and let's see if I can get Julia's to show. Where am I going? There we go. So she says since I have 10 craft sales before Christmas, I decided to do some crafting and found that I really enjoyed it. This wreath was created with all dollar store supplies. I think this one is the wreath. Oh no, that's not the wreath. Hang on, we'll start with the wreath. So this is the wreath that she did with all dollar store supplies for $12. Yes, her total cost $12. Oh, my 12. It shows $1, but it's actually 12. I cut it off when I cut and paste that. And then I love that wreath. I love the colors. I like the beading. I think it's so fun to do that kind of a wreath. That's the kind of stuff I don't very often decorate for holidays, but that kind of stuff would be fun to do. And then the other one she did is this one. And this is just this really cool, again, that steampunk kind of and rusted look. I love it. So, so pretty. Well done. Now I have to do something with yours. I have to get rid of that. Yes, because okay. Oh, all right. There we go. Now we are on to Linda. And Linda sent me some things that she does for doodling. And yes, so all these kind of like the Zen doodles like my sister does, and she sent what she does. I love these. I love the moon one with the expression. Well, I'm sorry. I liked him a bunch. I'm sorry, Linda, if you didn't want me to share them, but I liked them a bunch, and I thought that the bucket filling brigade would like them too. They're so much fun. The mushrooms I was really getting inspired by your mushrooms when I was working on mine too. Gave me some more ideas for that. Thank you. I know, seriously, this is doodling. Yeah, her idea of doodling is pretty fantastic, I must say. Very cool. Thanks, Linda. And then we'll go to Madonna. Now, Madonna, she says, I did a watercolor painting inspired by your photo, my photo, Wink. It's on 9x12 watercolor paper. Thanks for the inspiration of sharing your photos as reference. They're amazing. This was a zebra that I took up at a wild animal park that's up near Sequim, Washington. That's a rescue kind of center for animals that have been used in movies and things like that and stuff. And this was way before I went to Africa. I think Layla was only like 3, so it was back. Anyway, Madonna did a watercolor based on my photo. It's just so gorgeous. I love it. You did an amazing job. You took my photo and leveled it up like so far. It's so great. Absolutely. Isn't that wow? I know, just absolutely wow. I know it does look like a photo. She got it from one of my photos that she got off my website, which is so cool. Or is this back on? Need actually 3 hands. Oh, Fatima. Anyway, next we have Tamara, and Tamara has several photos. Yeah, here we are. There they are. And here we go. So she had several photos that she sent, and there's not much, she didn't say much about them, but this must be the the mushroom theme. Oh, there it is. There's the whole picture. That's a cool, look at that. How it looks so, they look so translucent. Beautiful photo. And then that one. And, no, I don't know. This is oh, does it say what it is? Oh, so the other one was called Early Morning Light. This is Old Gum Tree. There. Doesn't give me my whole. There it is. Old Gum Tree, Nature's Artistry. I love that. Nice photo. Oops. Close there. Go to the next one. Here we go. And this is the blue moon. Nice photo of the full moon. Really well done. That's cool. And then Beauty in Nature. I love this. I love when you find rocks that have just all that stuff to them. And your background blur is beautiful. Your depth of field is amazing. Well done. And this one is Beauty in Nature. She has several. She has 3 here. Look at that. Look at the color in that. So pretty. And then her last one here is another one, and that is closer. There we go. So you can see the spider web. I love photographing spider webs. So pretty. Really pretty, Tamara. That's gorgeous. Thank you. Okay. Sorry if I'm distracted. Something is stuck in one part of it that says show in all scenes, and I have to make sure that it's hidden. Otherwise, it distracts me, and I don't know why it's stuck there. But I'll unstick it later. Tonight, and I didn't drop both books. I only dropped another stuff. Did I drop? Nope. I have 2 books for you tonight. They're kind of fun. And the first one is by, is called Sal Boat, not sailboat, but Sal Boat. It is by Thyra Heder, and it says Thyra Heder loves the water. She might have inherited this trait from her mother, whose father was a sea captain, or her father, whose motto is you never regret a swim, even if it's freezing. Every summer you can find her with her family in Gloucester, Massachusetts, with a sunburn and a lobster roll from Jeff's. And the rest of the year she lives in Brooklyn, New York, and works from a studio in the Brooklyn Navy Yard, conveniently situated on the East River for easy lunch break boat watching, even if it's freezing. Her picture books, Frady Zoo, The Bear Report, Alfie, the turtle that disappeared, and How Do You Dance have all garnered critical acclaim. And I think I read The Bear Report. If I didn't read The Bear Report to you, I just remember reading it because it was a Washington Children's Choice Picture Book Award nominee. So that's the first book I'm going to read to you, and it is in watercolor. I'm going to... And it's going to show up with something else here first that's not supposed to be showing, and we're going to get rid of the screen share. Oh, no. Why is it doing that? Oh, I know why. The source. It is camera. There. And instead of me, I want to be camera C. There we go. Huh. All right. So let's get this backed up a little bit. Told you I was having difficulty earlier to try to get everything all set. And we'll make this camera C. Oh, no. Almost. There we go. There we go. Now I can read the book and I can see you guys. Yay. There we go. So this is called Sal Boat, a boat by Sal. The watercolor is really beautiful in it, and I'm trying to get it so that you have a little better vision of it all. Push this here, push that there, and here we go. Yep. Sal Boat, a boat by Sal, by Thyra Heder. Look at the beautiful watercolor that she did. Watercolor and pencil. Sal loved the water. He liked to imagine it moving under his feet. He thought about it at his mom's house and at his dad's. He wanted to be out there alone, just him and the waves. Let me try. There we go. Hang on just there. Oops. Now that's not you. Hang on just a minute. There we go. Sal needed a boat, but he was a kid with no job, so he couldn't buy one. He didn't want just any old regular boat anyway. So he had to build it himself. He started the same way he started all his projects, by pulling everything out of his mom's garage. Then he collected whatever Mr. Shipman wouldn't use. And of course, he checked his dually box at Rose's Marina, which was always an absolute gold mine. What are you going to do with all that junk? It wasn't long before everyone started asking about it. Hey, Sal, you're building a boat? By himself? Hard to do. Makes me want one. How big? How fast? You'll see. They all had tips. Old school clunker ply would be fine. And advice for what Sal should do. Happy to unload all the mist tints, but one color would be simpler. I have an idea. He found a place to set up where he wouldn't be bothered, except maybe by his brother. Looks like a sinker. And then Sal got to work. Here we go. Ah, there we go. There you go. Measuring, leveling, and snapping chalk lines. He pulled nails, bent metal, poured paint, mixed mud, hammered boards, twisted clamps, scrubbed rubber, spackled cracks, and napped. The more Sal worked, the better his ideas got, and the bigger his plan became. Soon everyone had their own ideas of how things should go. Will there be ninjas on the boat? Or pirates? Fire the blasters, they're blasting. I'm the chef. But Sal knew what he was making. This isn't a game, it's my boat. Fine, we're going swimming. So they left him alone. Finally, Sal could make some serious progress. And after many, many days, his boat was really coming together. I thought he said a boat. All around town, they were getting it wrong. So you're building a house. No, it's a boat. And misunderstanding. For your little house, it's a boat. But fine, I'll take it. And maybe making fun of him. He wasn't sure. For the boat. But Sal wasn't going to get worked up about it. They have what? Have they never seen a boat before? What do they know? Zero imagination in this town. They don't think I can do it. I'll show them I can do it on my own. They don't even care what I do anyway. He didn't want help from anyone. Not from his mom or his dad, and especially not from his brother. What about no? What about no? What about, no. He could finish it himself. He organized his supplies, swept his deck, arranged his Lucky Charms, scrubbed the freeboard, polished the equipment, and didn't sleep a wink. And then Sal's boat was done. See? So how are you gonna launch it? Launch it? Uh-oh. Look at the paint. Look at all the colors. I love it. They watched Sal dig, rig pulleys, and tie ropes, but nothing worked. Look at what you made me do. Suddenly, his boat didn't seem like a boat at all, and Sal knew it wasn't their fault. But right before Sal smashed every dumb shingle and window, he heard, "Wait! Don't touch that boat!" Everyone showed up to work. Nobody talked much, except for his brother, who read a poem. Fair winds and following seas. And pretty soon, Sal's boat was ready for a proper launch. Finally, Sal had his boat. It was just him and the waves moving under his feet. Sal loved the water. And the best part was, so did everyone else he knew. And that's the story of Sal Boat. Look at that cute little house. It's a Sal Boat. And all of that. I love it. The watercolors in this are beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, love that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so move overlays in so I can see what people are saying. Oh. Thank you. Nice. Hi, Lupe. Nice to have you here. Aren't the illustrations in that book just gorgeous? Hang on. I'm going to do something here. So you guys are checking in with each other. I want to check in, get this other book all set up in the right so you can actually see it better. And the whole thing there. Yep. Oh, I'm moving stuff. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Okay, back to here and sorry for that. There we go. Okay. Oh, hi, Julian. Nice to have you here. Yay. Somebody new. Here we go. That's for Julian. Welcome. Welcome. Yay. Likes to go live just to go live. Thank you. Yeah, it is. Going live sometimes for just going live is fun. It is on Instagram. It's a lot like that, to just go live just to have fun. Houseboat. A houseboat. Yep. Now we have ships as big as cities. I know. I know, Tamara. I am not one for a cruise ship. I have. My sister just came back from a cruise. It wasn't her really, but they have their best friends, and her husband's known all his life, and they both were sharing their 40th wedding anniversary, I think. So they did this Alaska cruise, Sarah, and Sarah's had a rough couple years, so it was good for them to go, but it was like all this levels and first off, cruising to Alaska. Okay, yeah, I understand. There's some places, there's very few places that are as beautiful to go in and out of the areas. But just being on a boat, that I don't even like not being able to get off an island sometimes. Anyway, but so the next book that I have is actually called Westlandia, and it's by Paul Fleischman. And I'm going to go back to this one, and I'm going to switch back to the source of screen share, and it'll pull up this. So Paul Fleischman is the son of Sid Fleischman, and Sid Fleischman won a Newbery Medal for the book The Whipping Boy, and he won it in 1987. And his son, Paul Fleischman, won it for Joyful Noise, Poems in Two Voices in 1989. So it's funny that they won the Newbery 2 years apart, really, in 1987 and in 1989. The Whipping Boy is an amazing book. It's a chapter book. It's incredible. And Sid Fleischman's written so many, but Paul's written a lot of books. He says he grew up in Santa Monica, California, hearing my father, Sid Fleischman, read his books aloud chapter by chapter as they were being written. We've both won Newbery Medal, he for The Whipping Boy in 1987, I for Joyful Noise, Poems for Two Voices in 1989. Um, when I was 19, after 2 years of college in Berkeley, I took a cross-country bicycle and train trip, ending up living in a 1770 house in New Hampshire. The years there leading a modified 18th century lifestyle, wood heating, no electricity or phone, kindled an interest in the past and led to historical fiction that he'd later write. All of these things are from different type of things that he's done. The books that he's written, his books, Seed Folks, Whirligig, a lot of these are chapter books. Bull Run, Breakout, Graven Images, Seek, oh, that's a good one. The Boarding Room, A Fate Totally Worse Than Death, Mind's Eye, Zap, Bare View Mirrors, Saturnalia, and Coming and Going Men, Path of Pale House. And then his picture books, The Matchbox Diary, Westlandia, which is I'm going to read, The Dunderheads, The Dunderheads Behind Bars, Glass Slipper, Gold Sandal, First Light. See, he's got a fair number of picture books. Time Train is really well done. Shadow Play, yeah, and he's done plays. So his poetry, Joyful Noise, is the poetry book that won the Newbery, and just amazing stuff. So that is who wrote the book for tonight, this other second book. And the illustrator is Kevin Hawkes. He has illustrated over 50 picture books and chapter books, including the New York Times bestseller Library Lion, which I've read to you guys. Have a Look, Says Book, Chicken Cheeks, The Librarian Who Measured the Earth, which is a great one, and Westlandia. His vibrant colors, unusual perspectives, and dry sense of humor are hallmarks of his work. And I think it said that this was done in, I looked it up, in acrylic. So this one, it is done in acrylics. So we're going to switch to the camera source. There we go. And here it is, Westlandia. There's my pen. All right. LA to Baja and see La Bufadora. We get the ferry to Kangaroo Island. For me, that's as close as I get to. I mean, in the Northwest here, we have, it varies as part of our commute. A lot of people, actually, there are ferries that commute, go across Puget Sound all the time. In fact, tomorrow, Bob and I are going to take a drive, and we're going to catch the ferry from Point Defiance to Tahlequah on Vashon Island, and drive around Vashon for the day, and then we'll come back on the ferry. It's a 25-minute ride on that one, I think, but it's a full-size, it's a commuter ferry, and, it's part of our life here in the Northwest. We have them all over the place, and so riding that, but that's about, it's just not my idea. Of course, not everybody likes to go, out in the woods like I do too. So anyway, this is the book Westlandia, and it is full of color and full of imagination and a great story. And take a look right here. I'll back it up. There we go. So you can get the full meal deal. The end papers are done. You'll understand the almost hieroglyphic type aspect to it when we get going on the story. Westlandia by Paul Fleischman, illustrated by Kevin Hawkes. Of course he's miserable, moaned Wesley's mom. He sticks out. Like a nose, snapped his father. Listening through the heating vent, Wesley knew they were right. He was an outcast from the civilization around him. He alone in his town disliked pizza and soda, alarming his mother and school nurse. He found professional football stupid. He refused to shave half his head, the hairstyle worn by all the other boys, despite his father's bribe of $5. Passing his neighborhood's two styles of housing, garage on the left and garage on the right, Wesley alone dreamed of more exciting forms of shelter. He had no friends, but plenty of tormentors. Fleeing them was the only sport he was good at. Each afternoon, his mother asked him what he'd learned in school that day. Seeds are carried great distances by the wind, he answered on Wednesday. That each civilization has its staple food crop, he answered on Thursday. That school's over and I should find a good summer project, he answered on Friday. As always, his father mumbled, I'm sure you'll use that knowledge so often someday. Suddenly, Wesley's thoughts shot sparks. His eyes blazed. His father was right. He could actually use what he'd learned that week for a summer project that would top all others. He would grow his own staple food crop and found his own civilization. The next morning, he turned over a plot of ground in his yard. That night, a wind blew in from the west. It raced through the trees and set his curtains snapping. Wesley lay awake listening. His land was being planted. Five days later, the first seedlings appeared. You'll have almighty bedlam on your hands if you don't get those weeds out, warned his neighbor. Actually, that's my crop, replied Wesley. In this type of garden, there are no weeds. Following ancient tradition, Wesley's fellow gardeners grew tomatoes, beans, Brussels sprouts, and nothing else. Wesley found it thrilling to open his land to chance, to invite the new and unknown. The plants shot up past his knees, then his waist. They seemed to be of all the same sort. Wesley couldn't find them in any plant book. Are those tomatoes, beans, or Brussels sprouts? Asked Wesley's neighbor. None of the above, replied Wesley. Fruit appeared, yellow at first, then blushing to magenta. Wesley picked one and sliced through the rind to the juicy purple center. He took a bite and found the taste as an entrancing blend of peach, strawberry, pumpkin pie, and flavors he had no name for. Ignoring the shelf of cereals in the kitchen, Wesley took to breakfasting on the fruit. He dried half a rind to serve as a cup, built his own squeezing device, and drank the fruit's juice throughout the day. Pulling up a plant, he found large tubers on the root. These he boiled, fried, or roasted on the family barbecue, seasoning them with a pinch of the plant's highly aromatic leaves. It was hot work tending to his crop. To keep off the sun, Wesley wove himself a hat from strips of the plant's woody bark. His success with the hat inspired him to devise a spinning wheel and loom on which he wove a loose-fitting robe from the stalk's soft inner fibers. Unlike jeans, which he found scratchy and heavy, the robe was comfortable, reflected the sun, and offered a myriad of opportunities for pockets. His schoolmates were scornful, then curious. Grudgingly, Wesley allowed them 10 minutes apiece at the mortar, crushing the plant seeds to collect the oil. This oil had a tangy scent and served him both as a suntan lotion and mosquito repellent. He rubbed it on his face each morning and sold a small amounts to his former tormentors at the price of $10 per bottle. "What's happened to your watch?" asked his mother one day. Wesley admitted that he no longer wore it. He told time by the stock that he'd used as a sundial and had divided the day into 8 segments, the number of petals on the plant's flowers. He adopted a new counting system as well, based likewise upon the number 8. His domain, home to many such innovations, he named Westlandia. Uninterested in traditional sports, Wesley made up his own. These were designed for a single player and used many different parts of the plant. His spectators looked on with envy. Realizing that more players would offer him more scope, Wesley invented other games that would include his schoolmates, games rich with strategy and complex scoring systems. He tried to be patient with the other players' blunders. August was unusually hot. Wesley built himself a platform and took to sleeping in the middle of Westlandia. He passed the evenings playing a flute he'd fashioned from a stalk or gazing up at the sky, renaming the constellation. There he is, gazing up at the sky. See that? Isn't that cool? Oh. His parents noted Wesley's improved morale. "It's the first time in years he's looked happy," said his mother. Wesley gave them a tour of Westlandia. "What do you call this plant?" asked his father. Not knowing its name, Wesley had begun calling it Swist, from the sound of its leaves rustling in the breeze. In like manner, he named his new fabrics, games, and foods until he had created an entire language. Mixing the plant's oils with soot, Wesley made a passable ink. As the finale to his summer project, he used the ink and his own 80-letter alphabet to record the history of his civilization's founding. In September, Wesley returned to school. He had no shortage of friends. There it is. And that's the end of the book Westlandia. You see and his alphabet. Oh. So cool. Paul Fleischman is truly amazing when it comes to imagination for his stories. Love it. Let's see. I know, isn't it a stunning cover? Done in acrylics. He's just really... The insect is 3D. Yes, on this one page right here. You see that? And so is the ladybug up here. It's 3D. It's pretty amazing. Let's see. Oh, yes. Dogman is excellent. Julian, I approve of your book choices. Dogman is a great book. Yes. It's by Dave Pilkey. Let's see. Dogman, I think, is... There's a whole series of books, and it's actually a graphic novel. So it is done in it. Yeah, Dave Pilkey did it. And he's just done so many fun things. Gotten in, he did the Captain Underpants series, and he did Dogman series, and he did some other series that he's done. They're just hilarious. Kids love to read them. Anyway, so that's a chapter book that is a graphic novel. Yeah. Illustrations are gorgeous. If it's interesting, a kid will try eating or drinking it. Oh, yes. Yeah, the color, just beautiful. It is. Kevin Hawkes has done some really beautiful things. Let me see if it shows any of his other books up here. Here, I'll go back to this. And flip back over here to the source. So here is some other books that Kevin Hawkes has illustrated. And Velma Gratch and the Way Cool Butterfly. Have I read that one for you guys? Oh my gosh, that was another one at school. That was a Washington Children's Choice. Westlandia. My Little Sister Ate One Hair. I loved Library Lion. And the Catherine, he did the Librarian Who Measured the Earth with Catherine Lasky. It's just amazing. And Newton's Rainbow. The Revolutionary Discoveries of a Young Scientist. Catherine Lasky. Another one of Catherine Lasky's book. My Little Sister Ate One Hair is hilarious. It is just... The Wicked Big Toddler. So, yeah, has some great things. And he has a book on how Dr. Seuss wrote Cat in the Hat. Fun stuff. Fun. Anyway, back to this, back to that. And I have one more to share. I think I read this to you, but I'm going to just read it real quick. I Like Myself by Karen Beaumont because I like myself. I'm glad I'm me. There's no one else I'd rather be. It's a way to kick off our week. I like my eyes, my ears, my nose. I like my fingers and my toes. I like me fast. I like me slow. I like me everywhere I go. I like me on the inside too, for all I think and say and do. Inside, outside, upside down, from head to toe and all around. I like it all. It's all is me, and me is all I want to be. I may be called a silly nut or crazy cuckoo bird. So what? I'm having too much fun, you see, for anything to bother me. Whoops, that's not supposed to happen. Sorry about that. No matter if they stop and stare, no person ever, anywhere, can make me feel that what they see is all there really is to me. I'd still like me with fleas or warts, or with a silly snout that snorts, or knobby knees, or hippo hips, or purple polka-dotted lips. Or beaver breath, or stinky toes, or horns protruding from my nose. Or yikes, with spikes all down my spine or hair that's like a porcupine, I still would be the same, you see. I like myself because I'm me. And this, I like myself. By Karen Beaumont, illustrated by David Catrow. Again, this is just, I pulled it over. I wanted to read it. Just a quick one. Same illustrator who did, and partnership that did Molly Lou Mellon. Oh my gosh. So anyway, hi Parker, nice to have you here. Yay, 80 letters. She's like, she's going to read Dogman. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Dogman is a cool book. Well stated. And Dave Pilkey has done some brilliant books, and he the stuff that he did early on about a lot of what his drawings were, because he was a kid who got into a lot of trouble at school and was always doodling, but that doodling has turned into quite the career. Yes, perfect way to start the week next week. Thank you all. Sweet dreams, she says. Yay. Thanks, Susan. Well, that's it, you guys. That's the stories I have for tonight. Sal Boat, Westlandia, and I like myself. Sorry about my technical stuff, but you know, that happened. I'm not quite sure why I have things stuck in the show and all scenes. Luckily, I could hide them. Otherwise, yeah, who knows? I'll figure it out. But it's a good way to start the week. Oh, you guys, and here in this United States, we are having Labor Day weekend, so most everybody has tomorrow off. Tamara, I know you are already in your to tomorrow down there in the land down under, so have a great afternoon and evening and next day. And everybody, I will see you back here on Thursday for more story and art. And for more books, I have a whole stack over there. Like I said, I brought from the library. Got to get to them. Or we'll find some other things too. But everybody, yep. Have an amazing week. You are the best bucket filling brigade there is. And it is so kind of you to always invite me into your home and to come into mine. And it makes my day and it starts my week off just right. So everybody, have a great evening or tomorrow or next week. And until I see you next time, give yourself a high five. Yes, you're awesome. Tell yourself you're awesome. And then keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around. But the first place you'll find it is when you go look in your mirror. See you next time. Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, Lord.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards. with a love that